Well, hello, everyone. I'm Jill Bloom, Group Publisher of Roofing Contractor, and welcome to the Best of Success podcast show. I'm honored to have Brandy McElhaney, the Senior Conference Manager at Informa, with me today to talk about community service. Brandy, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Jill. I appreciate it.
Most definitely. Well, Brandy, you've been running community service now at the International Roofing Expo for, I can't believe it, 14 years. And it's really amazing to see how it's grown over the years. Since it's been, a hot minute since you've done this 14 years ago, give us a little bit of the history. When did it start? What's the history of community service?
Okay, so we got contacted by NRCA about 14 years ago, and they had a partnership with Rebuilding Together, and they asked us to join forces, basically. So we started out in New Orleans, and it was 4 years post Hurricane Katrina. So we adopted that year 8 homes, actually, and we had about 80 volunteers, and we put on, it was either 2 or 3 roofs at that time. And the magical part about this whole project was just the impact that it had on New Orleans, because people were still displaced from the hurricane after 4 years. So we were able to get these families back into their homes, just literally by roofers showing up for one day. We put roofs on the houses, several houses, and then we did sheetrock. We did all kinds of stuff. So it was just so amazing to see our industry come together and just help all these people get back to their homes.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've been a fan ever since, and here we are 14 years later, still doing it.
That's awesome. Well, it's not surprising because we know how generous everybody is in the roofing industry.
Absolutely.
Well, this year we're back in Dallas for the International Roofing Expo. But I got a question for you though, Brandy. How difficult is it to pick who receives assistance, and what's the criteria?
So the criteria, Rebuilding Together does an amazing job with an application process, and they do have some criteria where you have to be either disabled, low income, you have to have insurance on your home, no criminal background, things like that. So we do try to choose projects with homeowners in mind, like the elderly, veterans, disabled veterans, things like that. We've built handicap ramps for some of these disabled folks. And again, Rebuilding Together pretty much vets them prior to us assisting. So lately we've been able to replace more and more roofs. So we look for homes that are needing roofs, and we do those prior to the event. That way we don't have to wait until our show is here for someone to get a dry roof over their head, because a lot of these projects are really, really in need of a roof. So we try to do those beforehand.
Yeah, and you guys do a lot more than just roofs. What else do all the volunteers help with?
Gosh, I was thinking of this this morning. Over 14 years, we have done everything from fences, sheetrock, to building playscapes in a backyard, which was by far the hardest project for roofers to do, is put together a playscape. They had all these extra screws, and they're like, we don't know where these go. So there was lots of lots of frustration on that project. But like I said, over the years, it's been fencing, handicap ramps, painting, landscaping, cleanup, you name it, they have done it. And each and every year, no matter what city we're in, Rebuilding Together says your volunteers are the most kind people we've ever met, most giving, and definitely the most skilled. Because what these organizations see is people just show up to volunteer, and they're taking photos, and it's for the photo op. But the roofing industry just comes and they show up, and wow, they're amazed by, again, their heart and as well as their skill level.
Well, that's awesome. And it is really great for everybody to hear that it's not just putting on the roof. Because I think, just because you're in the roofing industry doesn't mean you're up on the roof. And when people come out and volunteer, it's nice to know that no matter what your skill level is, that you can grab a rake, you can grab a shovel, you can grab a hammer, and you're not up on a ladder, up on a roof necessarily. So it's fun to hear, and I'm excited to help you spread the news that it's not just roofing.
Exactly. And I'm definitely not skilled in any level, but I help out with the cleanup, or whatever it is. I need painting, of course, I can handle, but give me a drill and I don't know what to do with it. But that's very important to know, that you don't have to have skills. There's always something that you can help out with. And it's truly amazing to be part of this day. So I encourage people to give it a try. Check it out.
So Brandy, can you tell us, how can people volunteer?
Okay, so the Community Service Day is taking place on Monday, March 6th, and they can register in the regular registration for the show. And you just add on Community Service Day. There is a $25 fee that covers your breakfast, lunch, and shuttle bus, but it's that easy. Just add it on to your registration and we'll take care of the rest.
So Brandy, are there any sponsorships still available this year? I know they typically sell out very quickly.
They do actually, and we actually do have one available. Our breakfast sponsor wasn't able to help out this year, so we would love someone to come and help with our breakfast.
That sounds great. Well, if anybody has any questions, what's the website? Where do they go and how can they find out more?
It's theroofingexpo.com, and under events, it's Community Service Day, and you will see all the information there. And again, in our regular registration, you'll just be able to add that to your ticket.
Sounds great. Oh, and lastly, so who is sponsoring this year?
Okay, so we have Seeker Sonerville, who is our sponsor, has been our sponsor for every year. It's been 14 years now, so we are super, super grateful for them. And it's the overall sponsorship that helps us pay for the materials that are being used on each home that we work with. And then we also have OMG, and we have GAF, Roofing Supply Pro. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate that. And Carlisle and Centermark. So we're very, very thankful. We could not do this without you guys. So thank you very much.
Oh, absolutely. And if anybody has any questions for us, it's roofingcontractor.com. And when you hop on our website, make sure you sign up for all our free content so you can stay up to date on all our great press releases and videos like we're doing today with Brandy. But most importantly, everyone stay safe and healthy, and we can't wait to see you at IRE this year, March 2023. Thanks again, Brandy.
Thank you, Jill. Appreciate it.